Hello, fellow Kpows. Welcome to our fourth episode, right? Is it the fourth or?
It's the third episode.
Hello, fellow Kpows. This is the fourth episode. This is the third episode. Sorry. So this is the third episode, and today we are here in Click Cafe. Here it's in Dhankiti. Today we have Prantesh out here, who's the founder, come CEO, come owner of Click Cafe.
That's a nice introduction.
So we're here. So he has a cafe out here. So we'll get some insights from him. How is it to run a cafe in Shillong? If you guys have seen that many cafes have been coming up lately in Shillong. So we'll know from him how is it, how difficult it is, or how easy it is to run a cafe. So hello, Prantesh, bye to our podcast. So introduce yourself first. Like, who are you? What do you do?
So my name is Prantesh. As you already know it, I guess, just for the formality. So we started this cafe, I feel like 2 years back. It was during the pandemic, before the pandemic hit us. So when we started, we did initially had a rough time starting this cafe. So, and eventually we did have some mentors along who guided us.
Not him, right?
So you already know that.
Yeah, the one.
And he knows that as well.
That's why he's acting cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when will he mention me? Yeah, go ahead.
So sir does know the story, like how we started, then how we faced this tough time. Obviously everyone did. Everybody has their own story. So we do have one story as well. So it was nice thinking about it now. So I feel like it's just the first step that we have taken towards the cafe. So I feel like, yeah, it's going good. We are now hoping for a better future. So let's see how it goes about.
He looks nervous.
No, it's not nervous. I feel emotional thinking about those times again, and especially sitting here in this cafe now, from what it was to now what it is. So yeah, kind of nervous also, and some kind of like emotion going through me.
You can cry. We have tissues, right? No, just tell us. Okay, so tell us what were the challenges like you faced along the way, like before the inception of this cafe. So what were the core challenges that you faced that were really like you felt like, okay, this is not working out, I'll give up or something like that? What were the challenges that made you like, okay, I'm giving this up, I'll not do this anymore?
Yeah, so this is a totally different field for me. Actually, I did my BSc Computer Science earlier. Then I wasn't that good in programming though, but still it was my passion, one of my passions. So after graduating, actually I had back papers though. So after just
college.
completing those 3 years, I went to Bangalore, started working there, survived 2 years somehow, and then had to face some issues. So many things happened. Had to come back here in town. Then the lockdown hit. So this was my dad's fast food earlier. So when the lockdown hit, like
The same place.
Yeah, this is the place. So we were not sure, like how are things gonna be. So, and we didn't have any plan B to survive here in town. So dad was thinking like you guys be here, I'll be going back to my hometown. He said that. Then we'll be starting something there. Suppose if things gets worse, at least we'll have something to survive on. Then he said like, if things goes good, like you can do something here by yourself. That's when I met my co-founder, Deep. So he's a professional barista. He's a professional photographer. And as I told you,
Deep Manak, right?
Deep
He's
Manak.
on Instagram. Check him out.
So, and as I told you, like I had been through, like I had studied in BSc Computer Science, so I had a bit of editing stuff in me. So that's how we met. Like, so he was into photography, I was into editing. So this is actually how we met. Then we realized like we had a common passion for coffee as well. Like after shoots and all, we'll be hanging out, serving different cafes looking for good coffee. But we couldn't find one, to be honest. So that's how we, like serving different cafes, that's how we met Sir also. That time Sir was like into tea, selling tea.
Oh, you're saying.
Selling tea. So in search of coffee, we found tea, some good chai, tandoori chai. So that's how we met, sir, and that's how I met my co-founder also. Then we realized like, even he had this tough time here in town. Like most of the cafes had shut down due to the lockdown. So he was planning to go back hometown, but then he didn't want to shut down whatever he started, his photography thing and all. So he was like, let's do something here, brother. Let's try to do something of our own. Let's just survive. Like he doesn't wanted to leave Shillong. So suddenly we realized like, okay, we have a place here. Even Dad's out of town. And he told us like, do whatever you can here. So that's when it clicked. Clicked.
That's
like,
the origin of the name.
Yeah. That's when it clicked like, okay, let's start a small cafe from whatever we have. So that's how we started actually. But even after starting, there were like very tough times because as you guys know it, like as entrepreneurs or as new business starts, it's very difficult, the starting phase especially.
Yeah, the funding and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
And we were quite new in this field and all. But we, like I had mentioned, like we did have some good mentors
Yes, of course.
who helped us. Obviously, even he himself, he had some tough times. He himself, but he never showed his weakness. He always showed us the brighter side of life.
Yeah, he's always optimistic.
He's always optimistic, yes.
I thought this was going to be a funny podcast, but it's turning emotional.
Yeah. Even me, I thought, because...
I thought he was going to cry.
No, I'm not gonna. I wanted him to suffer more actually, but
Yeah.
not try. I mean, like we all do have our own journey, don't we?
Exactly.
It would have been a funny podcast if his co-partner behind the camera, the camera shy guy,
Yeah.
is there. So, the thing is that what are your future plans with Click Cafe right now?
I have lots and lots of plans. Not just me, even my co-founder. Like
Both of
as
you
we
share the
said,
same vision.
as we share the common passion of photography, videography, doing events, as well as this cafe is doing good now. And plus we have a good hang of like coffee processing as well right now. So there are many different fields that we would like to try and go ahead and venture in. Like first and foremost, like maybe open a franchisee of the cafe, like in a better place. I wouldn't say like this is not a good place. This is where we started, so it has some attachment to it. But yeah, would like to open in a better place as well.
Now, here's the thing, okay? I mean, like, I know the reason, but still, I would want people to know, okay? I mean, like, we have a lot of cafe out here. My question to you is that, irrespective of having so many cafes out here, why is it that somebody should come here and not be in other cafes? What makes you different? What do you think? You can be realistic
Yeah, exactly.
without mentioning anyone's name, but
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Like I had mentioned, like we had surveyed lots of cafes. We used to survey looking for good coffee, and we couldn't find any.
That was before Click, right?
Yeah, and so we thought like, why not do it ourselves? So that's the purpose that we are serving here. And yeah, if somebody's looking for quality coffee, something different, something they want to know about, because it's not just a cafe where we serve like exquisite good coffee, but some knowledge as well. We share coffee knowledge. We share good ideas, as well as the ambience we try to create here. Because it's a cafe with an initiative, I say. Like, we named it Click because we wanted to make it some kind of a hub where like-minded entrepreneurs, like young photographers, young videographers, like they need a hub where they meet like-minded people. So this is what makes us different here. Like the crowd that we have is like, we share the so-called common mindset. Like it's good to get along, I feel. So if somebody's looking for some good cup of coffee and like good people,
And someone to talk to.
yeah, this is the best
That's
place.
a really
I feel.
nice initiative.
And I have noticed also people who are not from India, whenever they hit Shillong, I always see them lining up here. And I've also seen that your Google My Business page is also really doing well. So I just wanted to ask your insights, whoever you or your business partner, whoever is maintaining it. How should one person who has no background about digital marketing, because Google My Business is again
Exactly.
part of digital marketing, how would you suggest them to go about it?
Like I had mentioned, like we serve quality coffee here. So keep maintaining your quality, and once the correct customers they come, obviously, like you had mentioned, there are customers coming outside of India. So they would Google like, where do we find good quality coffee? So we had been serving that right from the beginning. And we did have some loyal customers who gave us good feedbacks, genuine feedbacks. So seeing that, maybe it grew. You can say that. So that's how it grows. Like maybe focus on quality.
If you were to, expand it in the form of franchise just in
Yeah.
Shillong alone,
Yeah.
in the next 5 years, how many cafe are you planning to have? I mean, if you really have a roadmap on your own.
Within the next 5 years, I'm planning somewhere out of town also.
No, I mean,
Because,
if
like,
just I'm
recently,
talking
yeah.
let's just be, I mean, like in the border of, no doubt it will
Yeah.
go. I wanted to go global also, no
Yeah.
doubt. But my question to you is that if you have to expand Click Cafe in the next 5 years, how many do you want there to be in Shillong, including this one?
So according to the growth that we are having and what to say, the way we are growing, I feel like we can have a few more, like 3 to 4
3 to 4.
branches here in Shillong.
So, one question. So, imagine I want to start a cafe, right? So, what are the things that I should keep in mind? The thing that I should keep in mind before I start a cafe, like what are the things? You guys have gone through it, so you
Yeah.
guys know it better. So, suppose if someone comes to you and say, brother, even I want to start a cafe, can you help me out? So, what are the tips or what are the things that he should keep in mind?
So we did actually think of this initiative as well, where we train young baristas, as we call them, those who are coffee experts.
Okay, so those are called baristas.
Yeah,
Alright.
exactly. So we would train them on that. And especially like we would try to build a passion about coffee in them actually.
There's something called coffee culture as
Yeah.
well, right?
So we would like that person to fall in love with that thing first before selling it to anyone.
Should believe in
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, yeah, I would make that person, whoever is interested, make in love with the passion that you want to follow. And then obviously like build skills on him. Like it goes through some training methods. Like what are the different methods of brewing coffee. And like now we have this mindset where like we need some expensive machine to start a cafe. But actually it's not that. People had been drinking coffee since centuries. We didn't have any machines that time. So yeah, there are lots of ways. So that's under the training scheme that we have, the initiative that we have. If somebody is really interested, yeah, we would love to
We
guide
would
them.
love to help them, right?
Yeah.
And the best means globally, like the best coffee, where are they from? South American countries, you
Yeah.
said, right? But
What
you
about
also did
India?
mention something about Meghalaya. Can you please
Exactly.
share that?
So after we had started this cafe, initially we had been importing coffee, like because we couldn't find any good coffee. So we did try many coffees, like ordering them online, tasting it ourselves, so that we could give the best to customers. So that's when, after serving, we realized like best coffees usually do come from like South American countries. There are other countries as well, but South American countries, like they have a consistency. But we didn't know why. So slowly, like then we started this venture on coffee roasting, coffee packaging and stuff. That's when we realized like, wow, like even our northeastern coffee has that same kind of, what to say, characters like which South American coffee have. Like then we did a few researches on that. Then we could figure out like South American countries has the same altitude like we share here in the northeast. We need higher altitude places with some tropical climate, and we are blessed with that here in the northeast. So I do feel like if we do it the right way, northeastern coffee can reach international standard level for sure. But I feel like it's still not there. Maybe it's because of the processing, or maybe it's the lack of coffee knowledge, like which is still not there, the coffee culture. But I feel like it's growing and it's gonna go really far because I have that intuition, yeah, exactly. Like we can reach the international standard level in coffee.
So what do you think are the challenges right now, the coffee culture, so to
Yeah.
say, they are facing? Like why is it not up to the mark?
It starts right from the root, like from the farmers. They don't know where the coffee has been taken to, how is it being like processed, and who's drinking it.
Okay, let me interrupt you. In a chronological order, I'm like step by step right from the time it is cultivated, all right, till the time it is processed and becomes a coffee that
Till the
can
time
be
it
used in
reaches
cafe.
here.
Yeah,
The
it
cafe.
reaches here. Yeah, tell us the journey in chronological order.
Okay, like there's a term in coffee culture. It's called farmer to cup.
Farmer to
Farmer to cup.
okay.
How it reaches. So after the plant is cultivated, actually like it's the process. Like it takes about 3 years for coffee plant to give proper coffee beans.
How
So
many years?
3 years.
3 years.
To bloom,
Yeah.
like full bloom, right?
So it's a long time to wait for farmers, especially. So after the cherry beans has been plucked, there's a proper way of processing it. Like there's a natural way, and there's there's natural washed, and there's honey processing. There are different kind of processing which our farmers maybe they don't know yet. So they just pluck the beans, the cherries, they pack it, and they sell it to whoever like comes to them first, without even knowing where the coffee beans are going. So after that, like it depends on who's sourcing it, how are they like using it, and that's where the coffee is. I feel like that's where it's like getting messed up. I feel
In the processing part.
processing part,
Okay.
and till it reaches the cup, I feel the quality has been all gone, all degraded.
So is there any thumb rule, or it keeps on changing? I mean, like when you go through all these processes, I mean, like for example, let's say we want to conduct any kind of chemical reactions, right?
Okay.
We need to take exactly the same quantity and then mix them up.
Yes, exactly.
Is it the same for coffee, or
Yes,
it
because I
varies?
feel like coffee, it's very volatile. It's very, what to say,
Can
you
either
have
mess
to
it
take,
up or it will be too good.
you'll have to take care. Right from the cherry form. Cherry form, when it's taken into the green beans form, it absorbs moisture very fast. So there has to be proper storage of it, and it absorbs like whatever is there nearby you. So that's how actually the coffee gets its taste, like aftertaste. Suppose like here in Meghalaya, it's being planted near pineapple, because it's that kind of a region where it supports this kind of fruits, tropical fruits. So coffee absorbs whatever it's around it. So that's how we get this tangy flavor here as well, which is very rare to get. So, and that's like I had mentioned, there has to be a proper storage about it. If it's not stored properly, and it has to be stored like for a year, because cherry beans can be like, there's a season for it. So it has to be done just once a year. So it has to be stored properly in order to like get that continuous supply. So if it's not stored properly, it might degrade over time. So I feel that's the process that we are messing up currently. So that's why like I feel we don't have that quality here yet. So I feel if we work on that, we can.
I remember I was never into coffee, and if I were to have a coffee also, it'll be that $10 that we get in shop.
Exactly.
So when I got in touch with you people, then you guys used to say that, sir, you have coffee, it's good for you, you can really be energetic and focus more on work. And then I bought myself Nescafe, and I told you I have coffee at home, and you were like, sir, ab sasta nasha kar rahe ho.
Exactly.
So any reason, I mean, like, how is Nescafe?
Yeah, that was my.
I mean, like, how is your coffee different than Nescafe? Hey, everybody needs
Why
to
are you
know
spoiling
this.
the brand name?
No,
Nescafe is not
like
like
keep that out.
Sasta.
I can't.
It's not Sasta. But then, like,
No,
yeah.
you said, sir, ab sasta nasha
Because
kar
you did
rahe
buy that Sasta one only, not 10 rupees. So that's why I said Sasta
ho."
Nasha.
I got that. No, but the thing is that it was, if I were to get a bigger bottle also, I mean, like, it would have not been 10 rupees. But still, you would have said the same, that, sir, ab sasta nasha kar rahe ho. So can you please elaborate that? Why
Yeah,
did you say
how it is? Yeah, that was my second question. Like, how is the difference? Because this one will cost me, let's say, 60 rupees, right? That one will cost me 10 rupees. So the difference,
So
and why is this?
before
one
telling
more?
that, like, I would like just to give I would like to compare it with something.
Yeah.
Like here in Shillong, mostly like rather than coffee, we are into booze.
Into what?
Booze.
Oh,
Hey,
booze,
Drink,
yeah.
What is booze?
That is booze. Wow. Okay. So it's the same thing. Like if you drink that sasta wala, as sir told, you'll have that bad hangover the other day. There's that. The taste also is like very rough. There's that. And if you drink the expensive one, Like, oh, this is so classy, this is so smooth.
Yeah, I'll drink that.
And the next day also, I'm like so fresh. So I feel it has a similar characteristic here as well. Like, obviously they are selling it at 10 rupees because it's made, like I had mentioned, like it depends on the storage or the coffee quality. So maybe the lowest quality of beans is being used for that. That's why they are selling it at that price. If they are giving some premium coffee, which is like really good, so obviously it will have some higher price. So that's how it makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does make sense. It makes sense to the viewers as well, because I think many will have the question, right? Why we go to a cafe, we'll order coffee from there. How is it different than the coffee that we get in like small
The
shops?
other day, I mean, like Deep was telling me that here in Shillong, you know, the way they sell coffee, I mean, like you have cappuccino and what's the name of the other brand?
Latte, affogato.
So somebody said that if the shape of the milk being drawn is hard, then that's cappuccino. What is it all about? How do they do
like when we were like serving other cafes, like we didn't know about coffee, so we did like become friends with one of the baristas in a well-known cafe here in Shillong. So we did ask, like, how did you become a barista? Like, it's so like rare to find a good barista here.
Yeah.
So can you tell us like what's the difference between this cappuccino and latte? Actually, like there is a difference, and so, but he said like, no, there's no difference. Maybe it's just the art that's in the cup. Like if you make a heart, it's a cappuccino.
It's not that, right?
But it's not
Isn't
that.
I mean, like people are
If it's that, then
Yeah.
I've been living a life. I'll be like, okay, latte, you're going to. This one is better, I think.
What did they say? I mean, like if it is a hard, then what is it?
It's a cappuccino.
And if it
if
is-
you draw something else, it's like latte.
What about those other coffees that you have in your menu? Where's the menu? I need to see that menu because there are
So
many
it
different
was
names.
like, that's when we knew like it's a very well-known cafe here in town, one of the best-known cafe, and that too like I shouldn't say like they're fooling the customer or something like that, but they should know what they're selling, right?
Yeah, that's the reason you're here
So-
today, to educate others on what coffee to drink, which one is better, and all that. So besides coffee, what else do you serve in your cafe?
Beside coffee, something that goes with coffee. That's how we model our
So what do
our menu here in Click Cafe.
So what do you think what goes with coffee?
Because it's something like that goes along with coffee. What to say? Some people like to go with like coffee itself. It's good enough. Like we can make you fall in love with coffee. Like without milk, it's the genuine way of drinking coffee. But some people think like it's really strong, but they need caffeine. So we find other ways of making them fall in love with coffee. Suppose like if the espresso is too strong, we give them water. Then it becomes Americano or black coffee. That's how we named it. Or suppose if the person thinks like that's still bitter, we'll give them it with ice cream, a scoop of ice cream. That's called affogato.
Yeah, that was the
So-
differences we were,
Yeah.
were
So that's
looking
a
for.
way of having coffee as well. And then if you want to have it with ice, it'll become ice Americano. If you want to have it with milk, it's called cappuccino. A little bit more milk is latte. That's the difference, okay?
Okay.
Cappuccino and latte.
Okay.
Like the quantity of milk is more in latte.
And
there's
if you add booze, then it's Irish coffee.
it's Irish. You have to use Irish
Got that one.
Irish whiskey.
You
So
serve
different
Irish
ways.
coffee here, do you?
No,
No.
no. We don't promote
no,
alcohol.
That smile is
We don't promote alcohol.
Alcohol. We are not allowed to serve it in cafes.
I'm talking about Irish coffee. Yeah, you can do this. What's Sustanation? Who, me at home? Right now, ever since you people spoiled my sleep habit, you won't leave, okay?
No, that
One
was
fine day
part
I
of
came
our
here and they were like, "Sir,
experiment.
it's on the
Like-
hot." They gave
like
me
we
espresso.
no
And you
That day I went to sleep around 4 a.m. in the morning. And since then,
that was part of our experiment, sir. Like
I'm your guinea pig
like
or
we
something.
no
Thank
we, we are already into coffee, so that caffeine thing doesn't work that much in us because we are like used to it. Like people who drink much, they get
Thank
high
you,
really like after drinking a lot of quantity, you know. So we want to see like how it works. So we used to call sir afterward. So we'll be
So
here.
he was the lab rat for you
So,
guys. you were the lab rat, bro.
yes, there's the espresso. So sir did try that. So he told like the caffeine is really strong. That's how we knew like northeastern coffee has good caffeine. Okay.
Okay, so
It
that
has, yeah.
okay.
It does have good.
These are not Eastern coffee.
Yes, yes. There's local coffee. We
You
are
have the local
currently
coffee?
currently we are serving only local coffee.
Where are you sourcing this from? Like which region?
So they say like it's been sourced right now from Meghalaya,
Okay.
from Mizoram and Assam.
Mm-hmm.
Even Nagaland has good coffee plantation, but they are not like, it's limited to them only. They are using it themselves like really well. So I did hear a lot about Nagaland coffee as well. So and like I told you, our northeast, like it's been blessed with good altitude, like I had mentioned, good climate, which is exactly what we need for high quality coffee. So we do have some good potential, and like we said, like we tested Sir with the caffeine content. He drank espresso once, and we did try. Before that, we didn't have cold brew in our menu. So deep, he wanted to experiment, and like it takes about 16 to 20 hours to make cold brew,
Okay.
and it has high caffeine content.
16 to
20 hours.
hours.
Yeah. So after making it, like for us, like it was still okay. So we wanted to test it on Sir, like take his review the next day. And he was like, I had a flight to catch, and I was still awake till morning. Like did you sleep that night, Sir?
No, man, I didn't sleep. Honestly, till now, my sleep cycle is really messed up. It's really messed up. So, no, I'm not complaining. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
But
then
the timing was wrong.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that's missing here in the cafes as well. Like morning, we should be serving strong coffee, and we should advise it to the customers as well, because they need it like to
have it after
run
the-
throughout the day.
Yeah.
But in the evening hours, we should
Don't
recommend
have it
them
after
like
3 or 4 o'clock.
go something late, because it does affect your sleep cycle.
That's the
That's
thing
a
we don't get, right? Like we don't know about these things. Having coffee, but like we
Yeah.
do know, but we still
Exactly.
we need insight from the people, right?
You don't serve this thing anymore. I mean, like first time, okay. You should try the tacos out here. I mean, like they never serve it. And first time that I came, I didn't even know about it.
Even that was an
And-
experiment on Sir.
And he was like, "Sir, will you have tacos?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I will have tacos." Chicken? I said, "Yes." I ate the tacos. At the last bite, I came to know that it was never chicken tacos. It was vegetable.
But was it worth it?
No
It
chicken.
was,
Yeah, it was worth it. It was really worth it. Why did you stop it? You should have.
Stop. We are.
No,
Still have that.
Serving,
you,
yes.
you don't serve
But
tacos
it's-
anymore.
No, like it's not. We are not serving it online, because by the time it reaches the customer,
Yeah.
it's only on demand. Like especially for you, Sir. Like we experimented on you only. Like Deep is like my
You want
co-founder.
to sit next to him?
No. I know he's like. We might again like come. We're into arm wrestling also. We're into UFC and all. No, sir. Bola apne kabhi.
And
No, I watch
fitness.
UFC.
And
I
such
am
strong
not
words,
into-
right?
Yeah.
I watching and being into are two
But
different
today we are
things.
just being too polite. I feel.
No, you are being too polite. Usually
No.
you're a moron to me.
At first, like I was kind of emotional, and I could like think of those times again, like how you helped us. Just थोड़ा respect आ गया. अभी फिर से we are still coming back to that.
Coming back to the
I
same
come
page,
here every
right?
day to have coffee and then have insults.
Have
Some
coffee and
insults,
roasting at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time,
They
right?
roast me, especially the person behind the camera.
No,
Hey,
because
तू नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे? Deep भाई.
because he's the one like I'm drinking espresso again. Like I'll be going for one round walk. I need to burn my fats. I'm getting too fat. There's that, and he'll be eating chana and stuff. He'll be bringing it from outside and telling he wants to burn fat. I'm like, sir, ये क्या है? ये क्या है? Like we don't serve chana with
With
coffee, okay? Like our menu is strictly based on something related with coffee, and that's I feel like here in the cafes, like if you go to a cafe, I feel like it's some kind of a restaurant menu that they have. They'll be serving Chinese, Indian, so there's no like proper cafe here. So it's a combination. So
Ooh, what's this Deep?
This one, Earl Grey tea.
Green tea.
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
green tea for you.
I haven't tried how to drink this.
Okay.
So even that's
It's
an
very
experiment
high-tech. You
on
need to,
you.
you need to
Yeah.
press a
This tea
button.
price very high.
So it's really old school.
Maybe 200
I am.
Come on.
I am old school. Thanks.
Come on, bro.
Thanks.
It's not so much. I didn't think that you were that old.
No. It's nice. Okay.
So
So okay.
still into fitness or not?
No man. I'm
Like
into
we had
food.
been promoting espresso, like actually it's really good.
Fitness is yeah.
Yeah, before workout, like if you drink a shot of espresso, it does help you boost. Like you can go like 10 more rounds maybe, extra
Oh,
of what
is it?
you usually do. Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, like Hamzat Chimaev,
Yeah.
the UFC welterweight fighter.
Mm.
He has a lot of coffee in his workout, and he works out like crazy. Off the topic. Now, the thing is that I wanted to ask you, how many boot camps have you attended from Prime right now?
Oh yeah, before that,
Yeah.
how did you came across Prime? I know it's him, but I
Cohort 2,
Cohort
cohort
two.
3. So
Cohort
obviously the senior.
So how did you came to know about that? I think it's from him itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he was, I think he was the one who brainwashed you into
Brainwash. Actually, we didn't have any idea regarding this funding thing.
funding and all that. Yeah.
Like,
So you were running off of your own
yeah,
funds
exactly.
till now.
It was
That's
that
really
somehow we managed. But then, like, as I told you, we did have some good mentors, like through Sir. Like, he was telling me, won't you guys apply? It was the last day of Prime application. So he rushed to the cafe. He was like, why are you guys not applying? We were like, what's this? We don't believe in all this. Like, there's the stereotype where, like, government has only fooled us. Yeah, the thing, right? Like, we never got anything from the government. Why should we like this? But Sir was an example. Like he said, it's not that things are changing, there's that. So he did help us applying in it. He said that you guys do have a good initiative. Why don't you just put it in? Like, if you guys selected, well and good. So, yeah, it did happen. And everything was really good, actually. We got recognized as the top 25.
You clicked
Startup.
photo with the CM as well.
Yeah, wow, that was nice. And we did receive funds, and we are still receiving mentorship from them. So now that stereotype which I had mentioned, I feel
gone.
is changing.
No,
like,
entrepreneurship,
yeah.
I'm telling you, it's coming up. Okay, believe
exactly,
me, it
sir.
is coming up.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So yeah, that's how we came about. And like the boot camp you had mentioned, sir, like
How many you have
Isn't it?
attended so far?
the only one that we had
one,
with
the
Prime,
one-
with Prime, and then like yeah, it did work out really good. We got some new ideas how to go about, and now I do feel like yeah, there's a lot of scope here for entrepreneurs, young
There are a lot
entrepreneurs.
of more
especially.
funding so you guys can apply, right? This grant and all.
I think for even for that Northeastern Council thing
Yeah.
also, right?
Oh, that
Oh, by the way,
ZP.
congratulations.
No, thank you. Congratulations.
I
to
was
you.
the one who helped you, but I didn't get to.
Yeah, we did get selected for that also. So are you excited? Obviously.
Let's see. Let's see. If it's in my luck, then I will get it.
Why is it always like that? Like I'm more confident in him, and he'll be like, no,
More
yeah, you
confident.
guys, yeah. We'll always be
That's the
like,
thing, no, I
we'll
mean,
be
I
like
see-
pushing each other.
Yeah. I still remember. I mean, like. For those who, I mean, like, we really don't have that many subscribers, but the 168 that we have, we really care for them. Our beloved.
So later on, no, we'll be rewinding this when we have that 1 million subscribers. We'll be coming back to this
Coming back
episode, and we will be
We'll
like,
coming back here.
remember
itself.
we told like we had only this amount of subscribers, and
No,
now
but
see, yeah.
again, for thanks to all our subscribers who have subscribed. What I was trying to say is that means one thing. I mean, like, I only plan, and this planning happened in Tura, correct?
Yep.
And then I told Bankit also that we should start a podcast and all that. But you know, none of it was materializing, and that's when you set a deadline for me. You told me that.
No,
"Sir,
he'll
so
be
you-
like I told you, he'll
push-
always come
push
here
you.
after work. He'll be like, Prantish, listen, no, this thing came up, this idea, this. I want to do that. I'm like, sir, chhod do. Like that's my way of telling sir, like, come on, do it, no. कहा सर आपका इतना चलो इतना दिन में करके दिखाओ. Let's try.
So
I
you
kept a
say you-
deadline.
yeah,
sir.
kept a
He
deadline.
kept a
Give me a
deadline
chance.
for me. Yeah. He kept a deadline for me. I mean, like, here's one thing. I mean, like, I'm quite elder to him, almost by 10 years.
Quite elder.
Yeah.
Not quite elder. You're
बहुत
way
elder.
But anyways,
Yeah.
jokes apart, I mean, like, one thing I like about him is that he tries to bring the best out of me. All right. I mean, there was a reason why he said that by 20th of this month you should get your first episode recorded. I delayed by 11 days, but the thing is that friends like them only push you know to become better. So yeah, thanks for that. But still, and I mean, like, what? Can you tell me a reason why Deep isn't coming here? Deep, क्यों नहीं आ रहा है यहाँ पे? So he's not even responding.
You're asking me or him?
Yeah, I'm asking you, why isn't he coming here?
You on his
Yeah.
behalf.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay. Till what I know, like he wants to be anonymous. Like even in his social media page,
Yeah, he's anonymous, right?
he has
No,
more.
we'll do one thing at the end of
It's
the
not just
episode.
you. All his like 20, more than 20k plus followers are asking him that only. When will you show your face? We want to meet you. This, that, this.
Uh,
That.
This could have been the reveal, no?
Reveal.
No,
face
we
reveal.
will reveal once he
Put a
hits
helmet on, bro, and sit
100K,
here.
right?
Put a helmet on and sit somewhere here.
Or maybe he's into something else as well.
Huh? No, when
That
he...
digital thing that which we were talking about.
No, we'll do one thing. We'll Photoshop his face at the end of the video. Hey, any one of you guys have his photo, right? Well, I don't know. We'll click a photo of him before we leave, and then we'll make that viral and make money out of it.
No, not. If anybody wants to know him, also they can go to the
They can come
website
to-
of Prime. No, I'm sure his photo will be there.
Yeah. How are you anonymous now?
Yeah. नाम तो सब जगह चलता है भाई तेरे.
हाँ भाई.
ढूंढ तो लेगा ही जिसको ढूंढना है.
हाँ, किसी को ढूंढना है तो धन कितने आ जाएगा?
They'll just have to come
सर
here
पूरा
and then
वो
we'll
दे
see
रहा है.
you.
Oh my god. अभी तो डायरेक्ट बुलवा.
मानव कहाँ मिलेगा?
हाँ इनडायरेक्टली प्रमोशन भी हाँ बुलाओ दीपाना के बहाने और यहाँ पे कस्टमर्स भी आ जाएगा वहाँ.
No
He'll be
doubt.
standing at the corner. Wait,
Yeah.
he just went out. Just went out. Wait, he'll come back, have coffee.
Till then, yeah, exactly.
business.
Wow. Marketing strategy.
101.
No, one thing about Deep, what I really like about it is that he makes good coffee.
And the food that you're eating,
It's made by him.
अभी tacos जो बोल रहा
he
है,
made this,
he's not just a barista, a chef,
Okay, fine.
a photographer,
as well.
videographer.
Like the food that he makes also I really enjoy, but I think that he should teach people on how to go about social media. I've always said that
Yes, he should do
he
that.
should do that. I mean, like he has what it takes, but the thing is that he's not doing it.
Because I feel like he's mostly involved with he himself first of what he's doing. So maybe he's focusing more on himself. Because I know the person he is, he looks for more and more in what he is.
He understands the Instagram algorithm very well.
Exactly.
But the flip side, is Instagram monetized right now? Not yet, right? You said that it'll be monetized, right? Okay, yeah.
So Instagram monetization.
Never heard of it.
I'm not into social media.
कब हुआ?
बात कर रहे थे.
बहुत पहले से.
हाँ.
पैसा आ रहा है.
So it's in the dark.
Jerry, are you having the sandwich?
हाँ लेगा.
It's very nice. Okay, और बताओ भाई.
So, and what else about Play Cafe?
Hoping the best from NetP.
How much is the total fund? 10 lakhs, right?
No, it's not 10 lakhs.
No, the top 25. Like for incubation, you have two. One for pre-incubation and another one is for incubation.
Incubation.
Pre-incubation, the top 120, right? The top 120, they'll get 1 lakh.
Okay.
Plus, if they are top 25, they'll get another 4 lakhs. So total of 5 lakhs for pre-incubation. So now for the incubation one, you'll get 3 lakhs for 120 startups again, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And another 20 or 25, top 25, they'll get a funding of 7 lakhs. So total will be 10 lakhs.
But you have to perform. They will not just pour
Exactly.
Yeah,
money on
it's
you.
Not just perform, I feel like try to make them understand your initiative, what cause you're doing it for. So if they understand that, then I feel like
If you
yes,
can connect, you have to make them
exactly.
connect.
Because we can't make up anything. Like we'll be pitching like whatever we are doing and what we want to do. So if they understand, I feel like yeah.
I really
feel
like your pitch deck, the one that you use, you know.
In right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that you sent here was really
Yeah,
good.
it was really
Indirectly to khud ka hi tarif chahiye.
Abbe,
Obviously
nahi,
even
nahi,
you
nahi,
helped
nahi.
me in
No,
that.
I helped, that's a different story
Oh, you
altogether,
did
but
that.
it really stands
Yeah.
out. It really stands out.
Yeah. Obviously the jury in the prime team as well, like they had been mentioning like the quality of the pitch. The presentation was really good.
My mentor, actually, also my client, he told me that if you want to, get the best example of a pitch deck, you should always go for Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah,
Airbnb's
exactly.
Pitch deck is the best.
I've seen it, but I've not gone to it.
And that pitch deck got them an investment of $1 billion, if I'm not mistaken. $1 billion, yeah,
Airbnb.
for Airbnb. And look where it is right now.
These are the things that we should discuss, like-
Exactly.
Like these things, they're kind of like in the dark. Nobody talks about them. Suppose you have a cafe, you
Yep.
just come hang around. Suppose I'm your friend. I'm just here, just hang around, have coffee, talk bullshit and all that. I can do that,
Exactly.
right? But these are the things that we should discuss, right? How to
No,
grow
they
together
never.
and all.
I mean, people they really don't even talk about their what do you call it? That means they never go beyond expanding.
Yes.
All right, means how to go about expanding. For example, let's take an example of UFC again. Dana White, the president, his share in UFC is 10%. All right, but he is worth around 500 million, almost $500 million. All right, and when they bought UFC, they bought it only for $2 million because it was a company that was running for a loss, and they were still running for a loss, and they were burning cash worth 44 million, but still not making any profit. And right now UFC is $10 billion evaluation.
Yes.
So what happens is that if somebody has to grow, I mean like all these startups and all that, if they have to grow, they need to understand the concept of angel investors and then venture capitalists, the various series, how you dilute your share and then you make money. How do you think these startups, these unicorns and all that are making money? It's through investment only. Now here's the thing, okay. I remember when we, the initial days of our friendship, I told you that you should see something bigger, because whenever I see here, it speaks for itself. The branding,
The vibe is really
yeah,
nice.
the vibe, the branding, the quality, everything is really nice. I'm pretty much sure nobody will give a negative review. The way that you have made maximum utilization of this place.
Whatever we
So
had
what
done.
I told you is that you need to get started. But the thing is that the kind of investment that you brought here, if you have to start another cafe, you have to bring the same kind of investment. So you need to shell money from your own pocket. But if you have to expand it that way, then you need to go for investors, because it's through investors' money only.
Tell us about that, no?
About
Tell us
what?
about the investment. We have
Investment,
heard
we can do it in the next round, yeah, because I have to still go through it. There are various series.
just like whatever you
Just means, for example, let's say the three of us.
For example, so we have heard, right, Series A, Series B funding and all
Yeah.
that. We have heard about that, but we don't know what is it. Like
What is
Series A?
exactly, yeah.
See,
What's
not sure.
summarize it. Like,
I think
whatever knowledge you have.
in one of the podcasts we will discuss that in details. Okay,
Yeah,
but
we will discuss
here's the funda. Okay, the funda here is that there are various series.
Okay.
All right, when you dilute your shares for further investment, because let's say these
Give
three
an
cups.
example.
Okay, let's say bring that cup here. I think this is important. Now let's say you have an idea. All right, you have an idea, but you do not have money. Then you go and find some investors. They are called angel investors. Your company does well, it is growing by some particular percentage month by month, then somebody else comes as a venture capitalist. So he will invest more than the angel investor. So this is how you come with various series, and at one point of time you exit the company.
You exit
And then
once
you
get
become,
all
means
shares.
if you choose to, dilute your shares, you can say that, because on every investment, because why would somebody invest in your company, right? They would invest because they have to get something in return. Now lately, I shouldn't be bragging about it, but last year there was a very good friend of mine. I was helping him through in and out with social media or wherever he needed creatives, and they got funding, and later on he is offering me ESOPs. ESOPs means I, as an employee, all right, will be entitled to some percentage in his company.
Shares of
Okay, sure.
And it was among the four of us, and means 5% being diluted among four of us. So if everything goes fine, it's from 1 to 1.25. Now, if you look at a smaller business, you might be saying, one person in a business, how much is it? But if you really think, because this is business into means they are into selling meat. All right, and the business of meat, I'm telling you, in our country, it's a $46 billion yearly industry. Now they are also, these are players, I'll tell you. Okay, you've met him, right, Siddharth?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So he was born and brought up here. He is running 3 companies right now, and it was through him only that I got into Prime. And then we became good friends, and we look out for one another. All right. So he said that I'm going to give you ESOPs. So that's one person. But again, later on, when you have
Yes,
various
exactly. Like you had
investors coming
mentioned,
in,
yeah.
my money is growing. You get the point? The concept of company is very, very important. Without starting a company, you cannot be rich unless you come from a very filthy rich family. It's very hard. But how do you think these people from Ola, right?
Ola,
Yeah. Oh, no, not Ola. The Oyo. Yeah. They also, it's always like that. But this,
He's a
the,
23-year-old guy, right?
no, he is.
When he started.
He is afar means he's in his 30s right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But this thing which is going on with the various series, you know, it has become a circus show right now. The startup culture in our country, all right, means some people, they have made it a circus show. Why? Because they get investment and they brag about it that we got investment. Arey Baba, you should not brag about getting investment. With that investment, when you make profit, that's when you can brag.
Yes.
All right. I mean, like, I shouldn't take the name. Look at Byju's. Where is Byju's right now? I mean, like, the founder of Byju's, he already made his profit because he diluted his shares. But the last investors, they are going through a loss.
Yes.
They burn around what, 4,000 crore rupees, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a game of valuation, right?
Yes,
Valuation.
yes. They just keep on means. Let's say my company made this much amount this year as profit. So suppose if I'm not really sure about the number, but let's say I make a profit of, let's say, 1 crore. The valuation of my country, or sorry, not country, company becomes 3 crores or 5 crores. That's a game of valuation. This is also called this is called like the scam of the Silicon Valley. This game that they play right now. Okay, see, you and I, we are into cryptocurrency. All right, you know what a rug pull is,
Exactly.
correct? Rug pull is some. I mean, like, these people, what they do is that they will create a Discord channel, in a Discord server, and then they will pay some people, you know, to give them shout outs in
Yeah.
Twitter, make something
Make
trendy,
hype.
and then make a
it
hype, and then everybody buys it, and
Buys
then
in
later
the
on,
pump.
the person who made those coins
After the
suddenly
pump.
sells it, and boom.
There's the dump. Yeah.
Remember that what was that Korean series where people were in a jail and then wearing green
Squid Game.
Squid Game. There was this token called Squid
Yeah,
Squid
it is.
Game.
Yeah. That was a rug pull.
So there was this guy
Yeah.
on Twitch, all right, and he was like bragging, "Look how much rich I have become," and suddenly, boom!
Went down.
Just in 1 second, everything went down because that was called a rug pull.
The same thing is happening here as well, but the people is that just that the people don't realize it.
Which one?
Out here,
The example that you have been giving about the companies, like example of Byju's, you could mention.
No, but again, the concept there. No, I mean, like, why
Yeah.
is physics while doing better than Byju's? You need to see the two difference, okay? And like physics wala is giving you quality at a very cheaper rate, and you are like, if anybody is from class 12, I mean, like, selling a product which is worth 1 lakh is not a joke here.
For me, it's like 1 lakh.
Now imagine a person has imagine a person has 5 children in different classes. So every year he has to pay 5 lakhs. Every year he has to pay, yeah.
Right? No, it's just a one family.
Yeah.
One family. Yeah.
And
Per year.
I mean, like, yeah, whoever has founded that, I mean, like, hats off to him that he made a unicorn, you know.
Yeah. His vision might be different.
The
His
same-
might be he wanted good for the people.
The same kind of edtech, I'll tell you, okay, was run in China, and the person who started it became super rich. I don't know if billionaire. And then the Chinese government shut it down and said that you cannot charge.
The people for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EdTech is not allowed in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not
I
allowed.
didn't know that.
I do know. Achha, what about Jack Ma? Is he
And
Oh yeah, he vanished.
He just
right?
vanished.
no, I heard he's back.
back?
Yeah. उस दिन कहाँ में पता चला था दीप जैक मा
We're talking
वापस आ
about
गया
Jack Ma here, not your
Come
man,
on,
Andrew Tate.
come
We're
on,
not
he's
talking
not-
about Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate also is gone, man.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, he's in jail right
He's
now.
in jail. Romanian police like
I know.
For eating pizza or something.
no, not pizza. It's not because of that. Yeah, come on.
I know.
Good
That
you
was
don't
a
follow him. Yeah. No, he got arrested from some trafficking and some rape case. But I feel
See, the thing is that means the people who are, we don't know what exactly is happening with Andrew Tate, okay? But these people who are into conspiracy theory,
yeah.
you know, I mean, like, 3 founders of these, what do you call it, crypto exchanges or stock exchanges, they were lately found dead in a very suspicious manner because they start tweeting something about the CIA and the Mossad. All right. So people in power, see, it has been created in such a way that the rich will always get richer and poor will always get poor.
That's how it's.
And that's how it is. So I mean, like, when Andrew Tate says the Matrix is basically, when he says Matrix is not about the movie, but it's a system that has been built. Again, remember Pareto principle. Because when demonetization also happened, it was the data was clearly indicating that 80% of our country's wealth belongs to only 20% of the people. Yeah.
Sometimes he just
He
brags
does.
about too much, like too.
There are some
I
things
mean,
like
he
which
has
people don't
earned it,
like.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
like he has earned it. I mean, like you'll see jerks bigger than him also.
You can't call him a jerk. Yeah, come on. Why would?
Okay,
There
I
are
mean,
two
like
sides of a coin.
it's a free country.
Yeah,
I
it
have
depends
my,
on how
my
you take
opinion.
it, yeah.
I know you idolize him a lot.
Not idolize him. I know because
You're an Andrew Tate fan.
no, I love some of the things that he says. It's true shit. But some of the
the
things
way
that he
he
does.
branded himself, right? Like you'll find him. I came across him like through shorts, I guess. He was there all the time. Like whenever I was going through shorts, it would be there, and it would be engaging as well. Sometimes you'll be like, "What is this idiot talking about?" But then later on, you watch some of his contents. Some are like, "Okay, this is good. Like I can relate to this, right?" So, and some contents are there.
Those shorts also were going viral. You know why? Because see, you know these three platforms are competing one another for supremacy, right? TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. YouTube, Instagram, and you know TikTok. So I mean, like you also understand the concept of affiliate marketing, where a lot of bloggers they make money. For some reason, I make him buy your product, then you give me a commission. So he started.
You put your products kind of ads, right?
Yeah,
through that
yeah,
and then-
yeah, yeah. No, that is AdSense. That is AdSense. Affiliate is totally a different concept. So, this what I mean. Like he had this affiliate program where he got in touch with these teenage kids about Hustlers University,
Oh yeah.
the one that he started. Okay, and after that, I mean, like means it kept on going, and he grew so much in the year 2022 on TikTok and all that. It's not because of his effort. There were people who were sharing his content, and they could also relate. I mean, like there's one in one of his podcasts, somebody reached out to him. I mean, like he was mentioning that he wanted to commit suicide because he was depressed. He said that to Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate just said that you go and just get yourself 6 packs in 6 months, and after that, if you decide to die, you can die. And that changes life. If you go through the content of Hustler University, also I kind of like it. The first lesson that he teaches about business is always speed. Speed is very, very important.
What?
Speed. You know, whenever because I've also been there myself. You know, I mean, like getting a few things legal, like the logo, this and that. I really thought that maybe okay, fine, these things are important. But he said that, see, if you think that your business is costing you 1 lakh, you should try with 5,000 and see whether it goes or not. So speed is one of them, and he said that the only meaning of business is not having an accountant, having an office. That is not business. Money in. That's it. So he has around some 100 tenets in Hustlers University, and then it's good. I mean, like they are kind of motivating, but you know, one thing I really means sometimes even I also can relate, but he makes sense. But the misogynist part of him, how he addresses women and all that, I mean, like, see, again, coming back, because you two mentioned the word, so even let me also jump in. OnlyFans. All right, so he said that if my girlfriend is into OnlyFans, that it's my right to get money from, which was wrong. You see where I'm going with this. So yeah, so it is what it is.
Start giving ideas to people.
Come on, we're talking about entrepreneurship. They'll get some wrong.
I mean, like,
not wrong.
From coffee.
Anybody can make up. Yeah.
Now it's OnlyFans. So what's
OnlyFans.
next?
Where are we going to?
I mean, like,
Otherwise we go somewhere
you know
else.
what's going on in my mind? People will say, "Look at the school teacher talking about OnlyFans right now."
Oh my
God. Thank God I don't teach anymore.
No.
Yeah.
They'll be like, what's the nose?
No. It's important. See, for me, I mean, like,
Considering your age, they'll be saying that.
Exactly.
no. It's very, very. Considering my age, it's very, very important. I mean, like, see, lately,
To have an
you know what the world has been hit by, right? Okay, I'll open one account for you. Moving on.
Digital.
This with the fur jacket, crown, and
Digital.
We'll have a page.
All right, that has to be
Hopefully say that,
noted.
like, okay, I'll open an
Okay.
account for you.
So yeah, what I was saying is that it's very very important to stay updated. All right, I have noticed one thing, that if you do not update yourself every now and then, no, you get stuck. You never grow. Lately, something hit the wall, and it's going to take away 85 million jobs by the year 2025.
That is AI.
AI.
ChatGPT.
Chat GPT is there, and then
Favorite thing in the world.
dude, it makes your life easy. You've seen, right?
People who are into tech know about it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's coming
Any
out right
layman
now.
also can know about it. Any layman also, but provided you know how to prompt it. All right. So I think in the next episode, if possible, we will try to, what we will do is that we will try to list a few set of tools, and then tell how these tools can help an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? All right. You have anything to say? Give me that here. It looks very
regarding
tasty.
ChatGPT.
No, not regarding ChatGPT. It's for people to figure it out. It's not your responsibility or mine.
No,
Let them figure it out.
we'll tell people more about that in the next episode. So,
Regarding
Yeah,
OnlyFans. No,
Kidding me?
but do subscribe to my channel.
this is really nice.
That's the part, yeah.
Really good. Really good. Sonda, how? Oh, he's paying for it. Okay, fine. you want to have some? Yeah, it is nice.
So,
How do you make this?
That's a
before our coffee got famous, actually, our pasta, our sandwiches were actually more famous than our coffee. Before we started serving local coffee, we did import some different coffee, like we had mentioned, but our pasta and sandwich were really famous. And Doordarshan, they did come up here for culinary show. Yeah. So if you want to know how do we make it, visit the YouTube channel.
subscribe to
Doordarshan. Yeah. Subscribe to Doordarshan. Of course, Kpows first, and then Doordarshan, then go into Doordarshan, and then know how to make pasta.
Yeah.
But if you want to taste the perfect pasta, obviously you'll have to come back here.
One question I want to ask you. If possible, not possible. If you were to suggest something to young entrepreneurs, what would you suggest? From the mistakes that you have made in the past,
wants to start something of their own. Or to
Mistakes now don't feel as mistakes. I feel that's a learning step.
Yeah,
That's the
very important.
I feel that's the mindset we should have, and that's what I would want to advise them as well. Obviously we think oh, maybe we have taken the wrong step, I should start over, but we should realize we have learned something, and that can be used anytime in the future. So I do feel that has happened to me as well. I felt whatever I did was for nothing, had just gone in vain. But after starting a new venture as an entrepreneur, then again it came up why not use that thing which I had learned earlier? And
So
merge these
your
things
suggestion to them is that make a lot of mistakes. Yeah.
not a lot of mistakes. Learn from your mistakes.
learn from your mistake. He's saying learn from your mistake.
Make a lot of mistakes, but not the same one.
Because some mistakes. Okay.
So that's about it.
Exactly. I feel learn from your mistakes, and that's what try to merge those mistakes together and make something good out of it. That's what entrepreneurs do, I feel.
That's true. Wise words
Yeah.
from a wise man. Oh, wise old man.
Good man.
Okay, guys, this is the end of our episode. The food was very nice. If you want to taste these food, these are really nice. Genuinely saying, these are really nice. You come by Dhanketi, we'll drop what's it called? Directions for the
Dhanketi petrol pump above.
Dhanketi petrol pump. Yeah.
What travels is it? Network Travels, right?
Network Travels near
Capital
St.
or
Peters.
Network? What is it? Near
So
St.
many
Peters.
travels are.
Yeah, just come to St. Peters and say where is Click Cafe. you
We'll
know.
have a
But-
pin drop or location or something. Then people can just click on it. Come.
No, I
Or Google My Business.
see for me
You're
it's
acting like we
you
don't
are
have
from
an
Shillong.
Instagram page. Follow us on Instagram. We have the link there. Just follow. So old school, man.
Who? I am.
So these two guys will continue fighting after this. So do follow them. They are on Instagram as well. And that's the Click Cafe.
Yeah. Oh, no, too late.
Okay, bye guys. That's it for today. Thank you.